Ladies and gentlemen, what's the difference between a billionaire and a beggar? They both get the same 24 hours. Time is the great equalizer. You can't buy more. You can't beg for more. You can't steal more. You get what I get. I get what you get. So the real question is not how much time you have. It's what you do with the time you've been given. And that's right, there is the dividing line between mediocrity and mastery, between existing and excelling, between potential and results. Everyone, no matter their status, background, or education, receives the same 24 hours each day. That's one of life's most powerful truths. A billionaire, a world-class athlete, a teacher, a student, an entrepreneur, or someone unemployed, they all wake up with the same amount of time. It's the one resource that's perfectly equal across the board. No one can buy more hours, and no one can pause the clock. Time doesn't discriminate. The key difference lies not in how much time people have, but in how they use it. Successful people understand this fundamental truth. They know time is not just something to pass, it's something to leverage ***. It's a tool, a currency, a foundation. While some let time slip by scrolling endlessly, reacting to life, or waiting for motivation successful people direct their time. They don't let the day happen to them, they happen to the day. They make conscious decisions about how they spend their hours, and over time, those decisions compound. Think about it. 24 hours is 440 minutes. That's 400 seconds. Every tick of the clock is either a step forward or a missed opportunity. While others complain they don't have time, the successful are busy creating, planning, improving, and growing. They use time as an investment, not a refuge. That doesn't mean they never rest. It means even their rest is intentional. When you recognize time as your most valuable, non-renewable asset, you start to live differently. You guard it. You respect it. You stop wasting it on things that don't move you forward. The truth is, you already have what the most successful people in the world have. You don't need more time. You just need to change your relationship with it. And that starts right now. The way you start your day often determines how the rest of it unfolds. Successful people don't wake up and drift into the morning, hoping the day goes well. They begin with intention and clarity. They understand that the early hours are sacred, a foundation upon which the entire day is built. Instead of reaching for their phone or reacting to notifications, they start by setting their mind in the right direction. Whether it's through quiet reflection, journaling, a workout, planning, or reading, they take control before the world can take control of them. This isn't about having a perfect routine. It's about owning the first part of your day. When you begin with purpose, your choices are sharper, your energy is more focused, and you're less likely to be thrown off course by distractions. Successful people are intentional about what their mornings look like because they've learned that momentum begins the moment they open their eyes. It's hard to lead a focused, productive life when your day starts in chaos or randomness. Clarity in the morning leads to confidence throughout the day. It allows you to act rather than react. When you already know what matters most today, what goals need your attention, what actions align with your vision, you spend less time wandering and more time building. And here's the thing, you don't have to do what everyone else is doing. You have to do what works for you, but you must choose something that centers you, primes your mindset, and reminds you of your purpose. Success doesn't wait for you to feel ready. It shows up for those who prepare. And the best preparation begins before the emails, before the noise, before the demands. It begins the moment you choose to wake up with intention. Time is one of the most valuable currencies you'll ever handle, yet most people treat it carelessly. They spend it without thinking. It's lost to social media, pointless conversations, or passive distractions. But successful people operate differently. They don't just spend time, they invest it. Every hour they use is tied to purpose, growth, or results. To them, time is not something to kill. It's something to multiply. Think about this. Money lost can be earned again. Energy lost can be restored. But time, once it's gone, it's gone. That's why high achievers protect it fiercely. They understand the cost of wasting 10 minutes here and 30 minutes there. It adds up day after day, year after year. While others are busy just passing time, the successful are leveraging every hour to learn, create, refine, or rest intentionally. They don't just fill their calendars with activity, they fill them with impact. It's not that they never relax, it's that even relaxation has a role. They choose how to use their time with clarity. A walk isn't just a break, it's a chance to recharge. Reading isn't just leisure, it's learning. A meeting isn't just routine, it's an opportunity to move a vision forward. Every minute has meaning. The biggest trap is thinking you have plenty of time. That illusion causes procrastination, distraction, and wasted years. Successful people break that illusion. They act with urgency, not panic, but with the understanding that today's minutes shape tomorrow's outcomes. They know that small, consistent actions over time lead to massive results. If you want a different life, start by treating your time as your most precious asset. Track it, guard it, invest it, because how you use your time is ultimately how you live your life, and every moment spent wisely brings you closer to the life you were meant to build. One of the quiet secrets behind success is the ability to say no. Not because successful people are rude or dismissive, but because they understand a powerful truth. Saying yes to everything is a fast way to achieve nothing. Every commitment, every request, every distraction pulls time and energy away from what truly matters. High achievers know they can't do it all, so they become selective. They don't chase every opportunity. They focus on the right ones. Time is limited, and focus is fragile. Every yes comes with a cost. When you say yes to things that don't align with your goals or values, you're essentially saying no to something that could move you forward. That's a trade the successful don't take lightly. They've learned to protect their focus like it's gold, because it is. This doesn't mean they avoid responsibility or isolate themselves. It means they're clear on what deserves their attention. They say no to drama, gossip, distractions, and time, wasting obligations that don't serve their mission. They're not driven by guilt or fear of missing out. They're guided by clarity and intention. That's how they keep their time aligned with their priorities. It's not easy at first. Saying no can feel uncomfortable. You might worry about offending someone or missing out on a good time. But what you gain in return is worth far more. Control over your life, progress toward your goals, and peace of mind knowing that your time is going where it matters. Success isn't just about doing more. Sometimes it's about doing less asterisk, but doing it better asterisk. And that starts with guarding your time like the treasure it is. Say no, not out of arrogance, but out of commitment to your vision, your purpose, and your future. Success doesn't happen by accident. It's scheduled. While most people wait to feel inspired or motivated before taking action, successful people operate differently. They don't rely on emotion, they rely on structure. They know that what doesn't get scheduled rarely gets done. That's why they treat their calendars like strategic tools, not just places to list appointments. They block out time for what matters most, whether it's deep work, learning, planning, or rest. And then they show up for it, regardless of how they feel. This isn't about cramming the day with non-stop activity. It's about being deliberate. They allocate specific time for progress. If they're writing, there's a time for that. If they're meeting with their team, there's a time for that. Even thinking, yes, thinking gets scheduled. Because waiting for the right moment is a myth. Success comes to those who are consistent, not those who are occasionally inspired. Structure builds momentum. When something is scheduled, it becomes real. It turns intention into commitment, and the more you keep your word to yourself by honoring your schedule, the more confidence and discipline you build. You stop relying on willpower, and you start leaning on routine. That's where real growth happens, not in sudden bursts, but in daily, scheduled effort. Without structure, even the most motivated person can become scattered. Without commitment, even the best ideas remain unfinished. But with time blocked on the calendar and discipline to match it, success becomes not just possible, but predictable. If you want to change your life, don't just write goals. Schedule actions. Build a life where the important things are not squeezed in. They're asterisk planned for asterisk. Because if success matters to you, it deserves a place on your calendar every single day. Success is not just about doing more, it's about living fully. While many people think achievement comes only from hustle and nonstop action, truly successful people understand the value of margin. They make space in their lives for what truly matters: reflection, relationships, peace, and purpose. They know that a packed schedule doesn't equal a meaningful life. In fact, when every minute is filled with tasks and noise, there's little room left for clarity, creativity, or joy. High achievers intentionally carve out time to pause and think. In those quiet moments, they gain insight, reset their focus, and reconnect with their purpose. It's in those pauses that real vision often emerges. They understand that being constantly busy can actually be a form of avoidance, of deeper thoughts, of emotions, of the bigger questions. Making room for reflection allows them to move forward with greater direction. They also prioritize people. Time with family, friends, mentors, and communities isn't something they fit in. It's something they protect. Because they know success isn't just about what you build, but who you become along the way and who you share it with. Relationships give life meaning, and no achievement feels fulfilling if you're alone at the top. Even rest is treated with respect, not as laziness, but as fuel. They don't wait until burnout forces them to stop. They schedule time to breathe, to recharge, to enjoy life outside of goals and deadlines. Because a well-rested mind thinks better, a calm heart leads better, and a balanced life lasts longer. In the end, a truly successful life isn't measured only by achievements or income, it's measured by impact, peace of mind, and personal fulfillment. And those things don't happen accidentally. They happen when you create space for what matters most.